the cheaper the better.
In Chip, for example, they use Website Builder as a free add-on for their hosting.
It's a lot. SEO is a long journey.
Increase of about 30%.
Hosting is not an end user product.
It's more valuable than hosting. Higher lifetime, even better conversion, better retention rate. Hi, Ryan.
Hi.
Ryan, couldn't you represent yourself and your company?
Okay, so basically, my company is called rn.net. We are one of the largest web hosting companies in Singapore. We do domain name registration, business web hosting, as well as Microsoft 365 email services, right? Yeah. And we do offer a wide range of services at the moment. Our best selling services is actually website hosting, as well as Microsoft 365 email. Yeah.
Basically, when you say largest company, it's very, by the way, from the point of the law, also very, very, very important. What do you mean, like the largest companies, like the biggest amount of hosting customers, or like biggest data center?
We do have the biggest number of both website customers as well as the biggest number of email users, right? So our email users actually right now is actually more than 100,000. Yeah, with over 20,000 websites hosted with us. This actually includes some of the major brands in the world. For example, Forbes Asia, Nissin Food, all this. I didn't believe that you heard of it. Yeah.
By the way, we also wrote like the largest cloud in our country, and we get our competitor wrote to the consumer rights agency. So the consumer rights agency contacted us and said, let's prove that you're the biggest. And we provide, let's say, I don't remember, like what was like 10,000 companies. We provide 10,000 list of the companies that visit our customer. Just okay. And I saw on your website very unusual things that you have support in 59 seconds.
Actually, yes. So basically, we actually measure, we rely strongly on our live chat. So we actually have a live statistics data. So for the last 12 months, I believe the current statistics right now is around 45 seconds. So on average, our guys, once you contact them, or whether on live chat or on WhatsApp, they are supposed to, the KPI is actually to reply to you within 60 seconds itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
And about the price in Singapore, when I do like small analysis, I saw like some hosting starts there like from few dollars, and usually price is like, I don't know, $15, $20, $25 per month, Singaporean dollars.
Yes, that's right. So basically, there is a wide range of prices. Especially for smaller companies, they tend to charge a bit more in line with global hosting providers. And for us, we are more of a cater to bigger business and those business which needs, like I said, quick response time. I mean, if you go to charge a few dollars, you might have a problem creating an operation team that commits to that level of response. Yeah.
Oh, basically, what is the biggest like expenses? Because technically, I just don't know your local rules. But for example, you can have Indian hosting. You can have support in Philippines, much cheaper. But what is the main issue because of this? There may be high level of support, like support take a lot of energy. Or why the prices in Singapore are usually much higher than in Europe?
First of all,
of course, city is very expensive.
Yes, the rental is expensive.
Yeah.
So basically, first of all, bandwidth itself is actually higher than when you are doing server hosting itself. All the server hosting actually depends on the local rental rate as well. So our land space is very scarce in Singapore. So the so-called local co-location rate for the top tier data center is actually very high. So even for data center itself, I believe that if you understand, there's a few tiers. So basically, in Singapore itself, we only allow tier 3 and tier 4 data centers.
But the government, so government makes these restrictions.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, and for example, possibly as you work with government organizations, of course they have obligation to host inside Singapore.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so it's okay. Yeah, by the way, many countries still have no any restrictions and no any recommendations. Let's say Zambia, nobody cares. For example, now yesterday we talked with Malawian registry, no rules at all. They were like registries in private hands. So, yeah, but here as understood government. By the way, you have very unusual government, as you know. Yeah, you have no bribes and bureaucracy or something.
Yes, that's right. In fact, Singapore, when it comes to hosting, we are getting a bit more concerned with data security right now. So on the government side, they are actually promoting minimum data security framework. So basically, for example, we do have our CSA Cyber Essential, which is relatively similar to what you have in UK. They have a cyber essential framework for them. So with that, that is the business itself have more and more requirements when it comes to hosting. For example, the hosting company have to have some Cyber Essential Framework or even ISO 27001 as the minimum requirement. Yeah, this is the trend that is going on in Singapore right now. Even the government, to get their government contract, you have to meet some minimal data security standard.
Well, let's say like any of your competitors, you have many of them this way. But they have like brands in Philippines and in Singapore.
Correct.
Or what is like this limit? For example, local customer he just can host a website here or in Philippines where it's much cheaper.
Correct.
Why he host here? Just because of faster response, or just do not care?
Okay.
Trust Singapore company.
First of all, Singapore companies, we have a good brand, as in Singapore itself is a good brand. Secondly, website-wise, I believe that it's no longer the trend that the cheaper the better. Right now, people are looking for more reliability, because you can pay few dollars, but when your website goes down, you lose much more. The damage is quite high. So reliability is an increasing requirement, and as well as for chat hosting wise, a few things that is most crucial. One is the uptime, the server reliability, as well as the email, whether it gets sent to your inbox or to your spam box, right? So for some of the providers themselves charging low prices, they have less control over all this. So what we heard about some of the global providers itself, the main concern is the email doesn't mostly goes into your recipient's inbox. It actually went to the spam. So to them, having all your emails, most of the emails landing in the recipient's spam, it beats the whole purpose of having the email itself.
By the way, support you have like Chinese, Malaysian, and English, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
So like 3 languages usually come to support, yes?
Yes, but mainly we will still prefer English. Yeah.
By the way, just Singapore is really very nice. For me, it's like something where time is ticking, like New York, like Hong Kong, where it's like tick, 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 But at the same time, you have beautiful nature, like coming from like Malaysia, it's the same style, and also very nice. Architecture of the city, and by the way, all places are very like packed. Like a few days ago, I was in Universal Studio, like the very limited space, but at the same time, like very very nicely used. And by the way, everywhere, like crossing underground, like I don't know how we call it, the city centers that is under the roads.
So basically in Singapore we have a single agency that is called URA, Urban Redevelopment Agency, that is actually they are responsible to keeping every building, every road in Singapore properly arranged. Not only that it make the road have some restriction, but also the building itself, you have to build in such a way that the wind goes through the whole city in the best way. Yes.
Nice. By the way, Singaporean domain name, as I saw, it's a little bit more expensive than .com, yeah?
Yes. Not only is it more expensive, it's actually more complicated to register.
By the way, what is like...
For example, if you register a .sg domain name or .com.sg domain name, you actually have to verify your personal identity or your company identity that you own the domain name. For .com, there is no such...
No restrictions, yeah.
It's not restriction. They actually recommend you to verify yourself, but when it comes to Singapore, it's mandatory that you prove the ownership of the domain name using your own government issued identity.
Understood. And the price is like $15 or something like this, yeah?
More than that, I believe most of the time we are talking about around 3 times higher.
3?
3 times higher.
3 times higher. Okay. Because I see like just one is the local domain cost much more than .com. People start using .com, even in the US. .us, it's not popular.
Yes.
For example, but when it's like much lower, like I don't know, like Russia, I don't know, the domain is very cheap, so nobody uses .coms. Like,
yes.
So here should be the people here prefer local domain.
The main popular, the most popular domain name is the extension in Singapore should be .com, .com.sg, as well as .sg. So most of these actually serve different purposes. So for .com.sg itself, for example, once you see the domain name, you have some assurance that it is represented by a registered Singapore company, because other entity around the world it cannot register for that. So it actually represents a Singapore company. Yeah.
Let's talk about website builder. Of course, this idea of website builders is like going higher and higher. Or you not very like deep with this business?
We are not very deep in the business at the moment. Yeah, because a lot of them is we do have a lot of customers using WordPress, and WordPress itself.
Of course, number one. Yeah.
Yes, actually WordPress itself is actually becoming more and more like a website builder with some of the plugins like Elementor. They're actually becoming more and more like a website builder. We do have some demands of customers going to trial for a website builder, but the main thing is they find it more challenge, mostly on the SEO part. So when it comes to website builder, while we think that user experience and user design is important, one of the other thing that people are looking for is actually SEO features.
Okay, we basically have very high, we have everything about SEO, maybe like 20 different features, like including robots.txt and a lot of sitemaps and
Yes.
but the idea, like if you talk about SEO and also you also mentioned about SEO, so we go very deep because we have we small brand. Worldwide we have big B2B brand, but small B2C. And we have small B2C, it's very difficult for us to advertise ever in Singapore, I don't know, in Philippines. And in Google has things like location SEO.
Yes.
As you're in Singapore and you have lots of traffic from Singapore, Google just intuitively understand. You're the biggest, you have biggest traffic, you have lots of people using your name servers, you have lots of people using your mail servers, blah blah blah. So Google understands you're strong and so we're putting you forward. For me, for example, being first in Singapore, no chance because I have no local links, I have no local traffic, and technically Google stopped me from this. And there are internal SEO, of course, you need to follow just all these rules. By the way, with Site.pro, we maybe right now, each month is really high. Lots of guys $250 from per hour, from Hong Kong, from Europe, from in New York City, very strong studio. And really just in 1 year we try to remove wrong cache from Google. 1 year.
Okay.
1 year. We also talk with many companies, also including Namecheap, GoDaddy, and other market leaders. Namecheap, for example, they use website builder as a free add-on for their hosting.
Yes.
GoDaddy sells it more expensive as you.
Yes, right.
I asked them, why are you selling? Of course, in different countries or regions they have different strategy. But I asked, why you sell website builder with a higher price than hosting? They said, because in user eyes, it's more valuable than hosting.
Correct.
I saw also on your site that you also sell more expensive than hosting. Just a question why?
You have to note that when it comes to website builder, we it's something like an end user product. Hosting is not an end user product, right? Because even if a server you're hosting, you still have to build on top of it, install whatever website or even WordPress on it. But website builder itself is an end user product, and I would say it's a SaaS product.
Yeah.
So of course, first of all, you need people to support I mean, you can't give your customers a website builder and expect them not to come to you for some of the issues. So if the website builder is popular, you probably have to to the point of view of the hosting provider, you have to engage more people to actually learn about how the website builder do and actually support the customers on any of the issues that happens along the journey. Yeah.
And also maybe one more question about unit economics. For example, you buy traffic and you calculate customer, you calculate LTV, how much you get from the customer. Do you go also very deep with these statistics?
We do measure the ROI of your traffic, especially since we actually also paid for Google Ads. So sometimes we actually do have a deep analysis as well as for paid marketing, for example. The main thing what we do is we track the user conversion, the search intent, as well as a lot of other metrics that actually.
Of course, digital business.
Yeah, digital business. Yes. The more data you have, the more you can do with it. I mean, you can have more information on how to convert the customers from the moment they click on the landing page, how they scroll up, how they experience the whole journey of going through the process of thinking whether to buy. That's why sometimes some of the providers that name check, they always put some countdown timer to get you have some anxiety.
Which right. So usually we do like this A/B testing. There are statistical significant experiments. So when you do experiment, you need to do significant changes.
Yes.
And for example, you need to to track if it works. And for example, when you said about countdown, in some services like VPN selling, it's like one-time sales. Usually it's very, very poor. So I don't remember if we tried these countdowns, but as you said, like Namecheap or Hostinger, they really like to rise up the sales. But what we do, we test all these changes. For example, put higher banner, smaller price, and see if people click more, if they sell more. But you also said very deep with analytics. And by the way, what you use, like Mixpanel, Amplitude, or just regular Google?
We do deploy a lot of tech in this. So basically, first of all, Google Analytics is good and free. As well, we also use some of the tools like Ahrefs, Semrush, or even some of the user side map tools that we develop ourselves. So the main thing is still tracking the conversion, where the visitors come from, what they search before they actually convert to the whole process of being customers. So a lot of A/B testing over there.
But by the way, right now what we see, like where put our power, we see like regular companies like you, and they buy or get for free website builder. You don't know how to sell it, and usually it's like fifth leg for the dog. Like you have your core business and website builder somewhere nearby, and usually as we see really in 5 years experiments, with many hosting companies, huge one in the world like Alibaba Cloud, Namecheap, usually people just install and forget. And but we need hosting need a higher lifetime, need better conversion, better retention rate, activated customer, a lot of things. And then we see hosting did not care website builder. And then we start implementing Mixpanel to them and see customer come to the first page. After the first page, he come to htaccess. Later he come to cPanel. From cPanel he come to website builder. From website builder he come to checkout page. In checkout page he may be coming back to cPanel. Maybe he back up to the website builder. So 7 different platforms. Usually Google Analytics you can do it, but very complicated with Mixpanel and visualizing all the right. By the way, what will succeed? We have customers where we get increase of about 30% MRR per month. Of course, it's not maybe 3 months MRR, 30%, just and it's really basic regular steps, move icon here, rename icon, close, sometimes remove demo. for some Germany customer, we just said, just remove demo. You have so terrible page and not right conditions. If you remove demo page, just the demo page button, you will increase the registration rate and sales, amount of sales. In the 2.5 weeks, he wrote like he increased sales 2 or 3 times, just removing demo button. Can you imagine like have a demo button, have a problem?
Actually, I would say the best, one of the recommended user experience that I can think of is actually give the user a free demo, as in a 1 or 2 day demo. Actually, it's actually enough. Yeah. You don't need to give them 30 days. 1 or 2 days demo, let them build up the website. Of course, some of the website builder right now, they actually bring the customer through the journey. So basically, you fill in, they give you a form, you fill in all the data you want. Then actually, with the AI tools right now, they actually help to generate some of the data that, hey, this website is for you. We're pre-populate with some of the data from your company. Then after that, the whole thing is ready. Then they will say, hey, you want or not? Yeah.
It's also very important what you're talking about. It's very important what kind of metrics you measure. For example, if you need more publishers or maybe more ready website, you make it free without registrations. Then tomorrow you say, I need more registrations. So you register for free and then try. Then tomorrow metrics should be finished website. So you just might to change everything to finished website. Tomorrow you say, no, we need sales. Okay, you put sales in front, you have more sales, but then retention is not good. Because when people buy before try, you have more purchases, but you have less retention and like smaller lifetime. And like when we test all of this, also for us it was very important, our SEO rating, as you said. Because when you sell first, you get more money. You have not good lifetime because people to buy they need to try. And then in the long they have a smaller clicking rate, of course less customers, you have worse sale. And for example, if you provide for free, you at least win with SEO. And also, if you provide for free, you can put like link on their website or something like this. By the way, we did test. By the way, one of the our most successful test was like put ads on the website for free websites. It looks like very stupid. We increase for metrics, better search engine results, more clicks from this. Still somebody clicks on this and can buy. People are angry, they start paying. And the first metrics, I don't remember, but it was also putting ads on the website, on free websites, also can generate your stream high.
Especially if it's a good content website, there are a lot of content generated. You actually get free SEO, free backlinks.
Yeah. And maybe you can share any super life hacks that you maybe use in 25 years, could be all life hack, because you start from scratch, and now you are number one company.
Okay.
Maybe
so right now, our life hacks is first of all having brand visibility, like search engine optimization. Search engine visibility is actually very important. Even right at the start, you can have the worst looking website by ranking first on Google, and you still get traffic. Or the best looking website, but it's on page 2 of Google, it doesn't make any difference to the user, right? So having putting some efforts into search engine right at the beginning is often neglected, but it's very critical to a business, because it's a lot. SEO is a long journey, right? So it has to be start right at the start, put some effort into it, and you will have to slowly commit a portion of the time to look at how search engine and organic growth in search engine actually help your business. This is the very important thing that is important for any business.
We were long in search engines, 20 years, but still we have a big problem because Site.pro is brand worldwide. In one country, it's easier. We have other brands in one country. You focus in one country, Google see you. But once you worldwide, you have 10 clicks here, 10 clicks here, so you are nowhere first one. And then we start focusing on conversions, and the idea, we're able to win SEO, this war. So let's say how we can be at first page in Romania. Of course, we need the backlinks from Romania, but also Google see what is the conversion, how people stay. And we start focusing only on conversion, and we just think if we have high conversion, we will somehow push up. Just one example. We have created a new email button, the system. We just, before creating email, by the way, we make fake button. People just click paid and they say, oh, sorry, service not available. We see, okay, so people need emails, so we implement emails. Then we see people click new mail, they create free email, but they do not use it. Also a big problem for us. Like was like 60% rate when people create free mailbox and go inside. We just do it. Simple life hack. Can you imagine? You have one unread message. We just send the message, welcome, blah blah blah, and just like this red cycle is one. Like you have unread message. The click rate to the open rate like 85%. Okay. So we increase like conversion rate from the creation mailbox to going inside from 60% to 85%. Just with red cycle that you have unread message. So people and we see like this way. Because people like more involved, they stay longer, they use more service. Google see Google let's say provide 10 users for you, 10 users for you, 10 users for you run away after 30 seconds.
Yes.
They stay for you 10 minutes. It means like you have something good. And maybe like Google somehow manage the algorithms.
Sure.
Maybe something like this. Maybe you can share some things that didn't work for you. For example, you invest a lot and you just
okay, we tried. I mean, one of the biggest value we actually have is actually we tried doing our self-hosted SaaS. So we actually took some open SaaS software or even white label. Then we actually took it and tried to market it. Then actually it doesn't end up good. So the first SaaS we tried is actually invoicing software. So I mean, 20 years ago that it's quite rare in the market. We don't have Xero, we don't have QuickBooks Online. So we actually tried invoicing software, but of course it didn't end up well. Which actually we comes to a conclusion. My personal opinion is you have to spend a lot of money as a loss maker. You first as a SaaS to do in the SaaS business, you first have to know how to make a loss. To gain the customers fast before you actually eventually get in the investors to invest in the business. So that is one of the mistakes that we made because I think one of the major problem with business owners is being sometimes overly optimistic. So it's like someone who starts a website. Today he can think of tomorrow there's going to be 1,000, 2,000 customers coming to my website to buy something. But in actual fact is the day you launch your website there's no search engine visibility, so there's no one coming in, right? So it has to be a lot of effort, and I mean we have to maintain a balanced, positive attitude, but at the same time not too optimistic and try to overjudge how the market demand is like. We only react according to what the market actually needs.
I think we just were very focusing on white label, and white label is by the way you also use like Ahrefs, and by the way you like white label, but in the support ticket system you still have a Ahrefs system, like they mentioned the name, so like mix it, like not fully white label. But the idea, we just started playing with this game in white label, and they asked my team, can you provide some very non-white label brand? And this is the so when you do white label, it's good if checks is very high.
Yes.
But when the checks are slow, like with us, like it was possible to start like from $20 or $40 per month. So we provide enterprise product for $20-$40 with white label. So technically it's dead end, because you're able to build big brand, and at the same time corporate will not pay enough. If you let's like every check, let's say 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, so you can build something, build a sales team or something like this. But once every check is like $20, you're able to do white label product because nobody knows you, so you have no chance to advertise. Okay, and last maybe question about payment gateways. As I see in Singapore, you use like these QR codes.
Yes.
And
it's called Pay Now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so for Singapore, or it's like for Malaysia, it's the same system or?
Yes, Malaysia. Singapore started first. Actually, because we actually follow how China works. It actually took off very nice in China, almost no one uses cash already. So it's all QR code payment. So Singapore actually found we have to streamline the whole process of payment. So they actually come up with this called PayNow. And PayNow wise, there's PayNow individual and PayNow corporate. So corporate wise, we just pay to the company identification number. So this is one of the way that it's actually taking off in Singapore. Other than that, providers are still using the traditional method. They are still using, I would say, PayPal or Stripe to accept Visa card, MasterCard, and as well as American Express. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah.